just left Forster Tuncurry. The bar was pretty quiet actually, good bar crossing considering that the tide was still running out a little bit. But we're just heading up to Cape Hawke now. We'll round that and start heading south again. Probably the only problem when you're heading south is when you come into all of these little bars, you usually got to push a bit of easterly swell getting out and around the corner. But anyway, when we get round there, we'll set a course for further south, get the swells further behind us. I don't know if there's going to be any wind today. I don't know if we'll get the sail out or not, but it looks like it's going to be pretty calm. Very pleasant out here at the moment. Probably about 7 hours, I think, and we're thinking Broughton Island for the night. So there we go. We're just passing Seal Rocks, Sugarloaf Bay, and from here we'll head a little bit further southwest on the way down to Broughton Island. Perfect day out here, it's just no wind whatsoever. It'd be nice to get a little bit of breeze and get that sail out and maybe do a bit better, but it's very pleasant being here. Broughton Island. We were going to head into Esmeralda Cove, but the swell's a little bit out of the east, probably finding its way in there, so we're going to head around to Coal Mine Bay, I think it's called, around the other side, and have a look there. First time I've been in there, so it'd be good to explore. So as the sun sets in Coal Shaft Bay, this is what we're looking at. And there's dinner. Lovely looking little bit of steak. Like, it couldn't get better than this.
We head ashore the next morning to explore the beach, and then the afternoon decide to head south with the wind from behind.
We've just left Broughton Island. We're heading past Port Stephens now. We've come up and we've set up a course for Broken Bay. It'll take us about 10 hours. We'll get there about 3 o'clock in the morning at 6.1 knots we're doing at the moment. We might do a bit better than that if the tide gives us a bit of a hand, but we've got the sail up shortened a bit. We've got around about 20 knots of breeze from the northeast, and if it just keeps like this, we'll have a pretty comfortable trip down the coast. 10 hours is a bit longer than we like to do, but if we don't do that, we might end up stuck in Port Stephens for a week or two waiting for a bit of weather. So at least when we get down to Broken Bay, we can get shelter in there without crossing a bar. Anyway, all pretty comfortable at the moment. Even the dog's not too bad.
It takes a bit longer with the wind dying and the East Australian current setting north. We arrive off Broken Bay just after dawn. We grab a mooring in the lee of Barrenjoey Headland and have a well-earned sleep. Later in the day, we anchor off what looks to be a cafe and head ashore to explore.
Well, we came up into Pittwater, nowhere really to anchor, lots of moorings around, nothing to pick up. So we booked a night at RMYC. Good marina. We just Ubered up to do the shopping. What you doing, Bev?
Too much. Too many biscuits. Remind me not to buy any more biscuits.
Too many biscuits?
Okay?
Okay.
You want to get down here?
No.
Is that why you're yelling?
What are you actually doing?
I got my pantry sort of organized.
It's a bit of a hard to get to pantry, isn't it?
I know, but what else can I do?
We'll spend the night here, do the washing tomorrow, put some water on the boat, and we'll head down the Hawkesbury, I think, or down that way, have a bit of a look around down there, find something. It's a bit easier to find moorings down there. Well, day in the marina. We've done the shopping, we've put fuel on, filled up with water. We're out again for a little bit longer now. The boat's nice and clean. I gave it a good wash this morning from top to bottom. And Bev's done all the laundry. And we just come out and picked up a mooring in Morning Bay, just across from Pittwater. So all's good.
The day is hot, and Norm jumps in to clean around the waterline. The next morning we catch the outgoing tide and head further up into Broken Bay. The swells are being pushed up by the outgoing tide, and we're glad to be heading in with them.
So we're out of Pittwater and heading a bit deeper down into Broken Bay. We're just making for American Bay and Refuge Bay. Supposed to be moorings in there too, so we'll go and see if we can pick one up. Had a good night last night in Winter Bay on a mooring there. We found one, and we're going to look for a couple of public moorings here in American Bay. Pretty expansive waterway, Broken Bay, Pittwater and the Hawkesbury system.
We're soon tied to a mooring in Refuge Bay. The next afternoon we head further into Broken Bay.
Well, we've just done about 10 nautical miles up Smith's Creek. We had a mooring down in Refuge Bay, and we thought we'd come up here. All the guides say there's public moorings up here, but they must be letting them all lapse because there's a lot of club moorings and a lot of private ones, but no public ones. So it's a bit of a pain actually, because you can't really anchor here, it's too deep, and there's some great spots to stop, but definitely a lot less public moorings up here than the last time I was here 5 years ago. So yeah, I don't know, great spot to cruise, but not if you want to stop anywhere.
We jump into the dinghy and explore this shallow inlet. The cicadas are very loud. We're glad they sleep at night. We have really enjoyed our time in this magnificent waterway.